Well, what prompted this? Donovan Tew had put out a video on his California legal Pro-tec. I like Pro-tec knives. I really do. I mean, good price, nice stuff. I really like them, and I believe they're made in the USA. But what prompted this was, a lot of people, and one person said, oh, I just can't get into, California legal knives, and, well, I bought these two. And I don't blame him, I don't blame him for not being able to get into them because, well, they are rather small. There's not much there to hold on to. I bought these two. I bought this one first. This is the Kershaw launch, this thing. Can't remember the numbers. And this is another Kershaw. This blah, blah, blah. Both made in the USA. But it's a part of history. These are a part of history. And one day, like 100 years ago, 100 years from now, when I'm old and gray and older and grayer than I am now and turning to dust, and somebody picks up the knife and says, I wonder why that's so small. Well, they can go back and say, California had a limit on that. You can smoke weed there, but you can't have a knife that's too long, an auto knife. So, it's part of history. It's part of knife history. So that's why I got them. But don't underestimate a little itty-bitty knife like this. It is very sharp. It ain't big, but you know what? And this one, you can imagine what that's going to do to a body. And I commented on one guy's post on that, and I said, well, you know what? If you can't get to the eyes, it doesn't have to be a huge blade. If that's what you got, that's what you got. And if you can't get to the eyes, or the neck, or upper torso, or somewhere along that, start wearing out that inner thigh. I mean, just repeatedly, just stab the shit out of that inner thigh. You got your arms down to your side, just stab the shit out of it. And if you don't believe me on that, take a few minutes here and take your thumb and forefinger down on your inner thigh and pinch. Just a little bit. It don't have to be hard unless you're a real pain freak. You can pinch harder. It hurts. And if you can imagine that little pinch, now you can imagine this knife going in. You got some main arteries going down that fucking leg. And you start wearing out those arteries, the person's either gonna fall out, he's gonna back away, or he's gonna bleed out. Pick one. Now I tried to find this clip here. It's from the movie Felon. And to get you up to speed, and yeah, it's a movie, it's fiction, but what it is it shows what a person can do with a little itty bitty blade. And it is possible, and I find it feasible what Val Kilmer did here in the movie Felon. In his eyeglasses, he had some thick frame eyeglasses, and for the longest time, and he had to break it. So what that tells me is, the side, the arm, he had it pretty much secured. Well, inside there, he had a little blade. Maybe this big, maybe smaller. But he knew how to use that blade. And knowing is half the battle. So, check it out. It's a good movie. It's called Felon. It's an excellent movie. I enjoyed it. Most of it's filmed in a jail cell. But check it out. And that's my thought on itty-bitty California legal blades. Don't knock them out of the ballpark just because they're small. No one's going to say, why are you stabbing me in my neck with such a small little knife? That's not right. They're going to go, ow, motherfucker, what's wrong with you? And then they're going to die as blood spurts out their fucking neck and their inner thighs and their eyeballs. And I got to go, I'm terribly busy. We'll see you.
That's what it bit off more than he could chew.
You got me, Diaz?
Affirmative, LT. These fucking twitch, I'll waste them.
You fuckers think anybody cares if you make a stink? Nobody gives a shit about you. You see, the thing is, I got you two on camera leaving the yard alive. So if anybody checks my report, they'll see that old boy here showed his true colors in the Sally Port. Stuck this bone crusher in your ear. Of course, we had to take him out with the Mini 14. And the shitty thing about it is, they'll just send me two fresh new assholes to replace you asunder. You fucking...